because of the threat of attack. That's according to the International Chamber of Shipping. It includes ships operated by two of the world's biggest shipping firms, Maersk and Hapag-Lloyd. Later today, the UN Security Council is expected to meet and produce a diplomatic response. The Red Sea accounts for 15% of the world's shipping and plays a crucial part in the global supply chain. UK companies have been telling the BBC that shipping delays could push up prices. Well, let's speak now to Tzvi Schreiber, who's the CEO of Freightos, an online marketplace for the international shipping industry based in Israel. Thank you very much for being with us today, Mr. Schreiber. 1 in 5 commercial ships avoiding the area. Now, some might say it doesn't sound that dramatic, 1 in 5. Is it?
Well, yes, it's hugely dramatic. To put it in context, there's about 4.5 million 20-foot containers equivalent going back and forth through the Suez Canal. And daily, this is changing. There's a couple of days of quiet and they start getting routed through the Suez Canal again. And then there's a rocket or an attack. And ships are either being told to stop and wait, or they're being sent back to go and circumvent all of Africa, which takes an extra couple of weeks. So this is a huge issue for world trade, and vast numbers of goods which are being delayed and rerouted, day to day.
Sure. So there was a big attack over the weekend on a Maersk ship, which Houthi rebels from Yemen tried to board, and it also provoked or brought about, I would say, probably the most dramatic response so far. The US Navy defended the vessel, sank the boats of the attackers. Is there a chance that that dramatic response itself could stem these attacks?
I think not immediately. In fact, Maersk had just suspended sailings through the Red Sea, and then they just reinstated that. And then this attack happened, and so they've suspended them again. And I'm sure they'll be cautious before rerouting it. So, of course, people are watching the news and the response of the American-led coalition. But it won't take, it won't take just one counterattack to make the carriers feel confident. They're going to be watching this for several days or even weeks before they feel safe to send their crews back through the Suez Canal.
Clearly, this is creating headaches for people like you in the industry. But for ordinary consumers at home, there are warnings of price rises. What do you think could happen? What could the consequence be for ordinary consumers?
So that's also evolving rapidly. Let's talk about prices and let's talk about supply shortages. In terms of prices, our Freightos terminal tracks the prices, and our FBX 11 index before New Year had shown prices jump on the Suez route from $1,200 to $1,600. That's a 30% increase, which may sound like a lot, but in our industry, it's a very volatile industry. That's not considered a very dramatic increase. But over the new year, prices shot up to over $4,000. We'll see if that will stick or not, but that's already a substantial price increase, and you could see a little bit of that passed on to consumers if the prices stay so high. In terms, though, of prices and supply, it's worth pointing out that, fortunately, we're after the holiday season. So the peak season of shipping, of course, is the lead up to Christmas and Thanksgiving in the US. That is past. And in general, the network has got spare capacity now. Unlike during COVID, the last time the Suez Canal was blocked in March 2021, there was a big shortage of shipping capacity. There is over shipping capacity right now.
Sure.
So the network is able to better cope. So we will see some delays and some price increase, but we're not expecting anything nearly as dramatic as we saw during COVID, hopefully.
Great stuff. Tzvi Schreiber from Freightos, thank you very much for joining us with that.